This is not an excuse to shirk responsibilities or, "Oh, well, I joined that team and I'm bored now, so I'm gonna quit." It's not that, but it's like if you've started a hobby and you don't feel like following through with it, cool, don't. Start something else. I think I see a lot of that when it comes to shame. I don't stick with anything. Okay, well, it's because you have ADHD and your brain wants new and novel and shiny and dopamine. So if watercolor becomes boring after 2 weeks, cool. Switch to something else. Expect it. It's gonna happen. Your hobbies will more than likely change. You might pick 1 or 2 that you really stick with and that you really like, but expect the change to come. I know that's a little bit different than what you're talking about as far as, like, finishing tasks. Um, but really looking at what matters and who does it matter for? Am I finishing this because my partner wants me to finish this? I started this degree because I don't even actually really want it. It no longer is serving me. I don't the thought of doing this for the rest of my life kinda makes me ill, right? Not at all saying that's where you're at, but
Mm.
just really thinking about what do you wanna do for you?
I love that. It's kind of like leaning into these little traits, or whatever you want to call them, from ADHD, especially, is leaning into them and reframing it and going, "Oh, it's interesting. I start things, never finish them, but reframe to. I love the way that I start things. I get to learn all this cool stuff. Then I get to learn something else. And it's amazing. I get to be a more rounded human being, and
Yeah.
that's what I did. I just reframed it that way. That's what I personally did, and it really, really helped.
I am always going to have, like, a floor it's just part of who I am. I can mitigate that a little bit with having, like, a dirty clothes basket and a clean clothes basket so that it's kind of organized chaos, but I am never gonna be one of those people that tries something on, decides not to wear it, and hangs it back up immediately. We're gonna let go of that, and that's okay, right? So leaning into some of the things, as long as it's not, if my partner was very like, "This is driving me insane, you cannot have all these clothes on the floor," then that would be a different thing, but, leaning into what does it matter? A lot of that I think is, societal, the way that we're raised, like, "But you're a woman, your room is supposed to be spotless and, like, place of joy and blah, 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 blah," and I'm like, "Well, I like my room, I like my bed, but I don't mind clothes on the floor, it doesn't really bother me, and it's not affecting anybody else." So I'm gonna lean into that side of my disorganization and kind of let it thrive there. And maybe that'll allow me to show up in my business a little bit more organized because I can kind of let other places go and I can kind of let my ADHD shine in those places that doesn't matter as much.